Curtis coming at you from Aceperhead Studios once again, covering week 2 of the 2021 NFL season. Now, I got all my angst and fanness out when I did my podcast on my Phins. So now I'm back to being calm, cool, and collected, being, football guy first. So I want to say congratulations to the Bills organization, to the Bills team, to the Bills fans. They outdid Miami in the most crucial way that one team can outdo another. And that's from the coaching staff. The Bills coaching staff showed a lot today. And on the contrary, the Dolphins staff showed a lot today, but it wasn't good. On the offensive side of the ball, primarily. Defense was pretty good. But I had done a video, quickly came out a little late. Will the Bills double down or will they get smart? Now, the foolish person needs to run into the wall many, many times before they figure it out. And the super foolish person just keeps running into the wall and they never figure it out. But the wise person makes a mistake and learns directly. The NFL is not about being perfect. There is no perfection in the NFL. It's about learning from your mistakes and learning fast. I had been covering the Bills a little bit. Josh Allen won me over to really focus on his team this season. Really like him, did some videos on him. And, I appreciate him primarily. But I always like Sean McDermott, And he showed me a lot. I despised the heavy pass look from the preseason. Not that I didn't think it could be effective, but I'm old school, and I still believe there's a place for the running game in the NFL. But I said, let me wait and see. Bills decided to pretty much double down, go heavy offense through the receivers, through Allen. Steelers had a fantastic, near perfect game plan. Took advantage of it and kind of squeaked by, really, in the win. And at this point, McDermott, Dable, the Bills, they could have just said, we're doubling down, we're doing it our way. Came in and tried to throw themselves to victory. But they showed themselves to be wise, a good staff, a staff that can see their own flaws. It's more important to see your own flaws than it is to see the flaws of your opponent. Sun Tzu says in The Art of War that if you know yourself and you know your enemy, you'll win 1,000 out of 1,000 battles. But if you know yourself and you don't know enemy, you'll win half. So the critical thing in Sun Tzu's mind is, at the very least, you got to know yourself. And the Bills came in with an excellent game plan. They ran a lot. And that is a testament to Brian Dable, Sean McDermott, Bobby Johnson, the offensive line coach, and Kelly Skipper, the running backs coach, because they came in with a physical plan. They implemented it, and it brought them to victory. Now, Allen, who I really like, didn't have a great game, but he made those few big plays that, along with the running game, pushed you guys to an easy victory. Now, some of that easy victory was because the Dolphins imploded and showed themselves to be a foolish staff. Not going to get into it. If you want, you can see my Phins video on it. But the coaching staff is critical. They set the protocols. They set the process of learning. They create the situation. They set the table And then the players go out and play, and that's when you finally get the. But it starts all the way back, very first day of the season. You know, early in was it February or something? By setting up how you operate, what you are as a team, what kind of staff you have, what are you teaching, and a process with which you're going to go through the season. And for the Bills to be able to adapt quickly, it's a great sign. Now, I don't think they're out of the woods. It was this 35-0 win is beautiful if the team didn't play like Miami did. Okay? So you guys did a very good job. There's nothing to take away from your team. But there's still some stuff to get ironed out. But again, the good news is when you got a high-end quarterback who is humble, and you got a staff who's humble enough to see themselves and to change, the possibilities for growth rapidly are very, very high. Okay, so Josh Allen, 17 of 33, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. He was a little off. There's still, to me, it's trepidation. This is just me shooting from the gut. When you're down and people are down on you and you finally get to a place of rising above that criticism, it becomes a nervous situation because then you remember what it's like to be at the bottom. And sometimes you overcompensate. Added with this huge contract and Allen's genuineness and humility, there's a sense of being very tight. And he's playing that way a little bit. But the good news is you're 1-1. You got a little mojo. Got a good staff that decided to use Devin Singletary, 5'7", 203. That's my kind of back, man. You know, I love those little stout guys, you know. Had a great day. He had 1 touchdown, 13 for 82, 6.3 yards per carry. A lot of that came from that one big first run. And then Zach Moss, who was a healthy scratch last week, he came back. He was only 8 for 26, 2 TDs. But that run in the end zone, I believe that was him that met up with Roberts, the middle linebacker. That was what a collision that was. That was a beautiful touchdown run. He only had 3.3, but still, that in the scheme of what you guys were doing, that was good. He had the fumble. Allen, 5 for 35, 7 per. But when you tack it all together, okay, you had 143 total for 4.8 yards per carry, and you had 26. It was 2 more somebody else had run it. So it was like 28 carries, legitimate carries. Maybe you take the 5 out, it's like 23 running plays from scrimmage. And they weren't just draws or whatever. He came from under center a couple times. This is going to give other teams things to think about that's not named Josh Allen. And that's great for this offense. It's great for Josh Allen. I think the kid just needs to get some taken off the plate. The line looked pretty good. Dolphins without Raekwon Davis, who's really their best interior run stopper. But you guys moved. You were physical. A lot of penalties. That was a sloppy game by 2 teams that were just trying to get themselves right. But the edge talent, I had mentioned that too, and I did a preview too very late, like this morning or something. I said that the Dolphins really struggled on the edges, and you had a lot of edge talent. But this is another part about the staff that I really, really like. And I had been concerned about the Dolphins because when you watch their offense, it's very static. They essentially come to the line of scrimmage. Maybe they put a guy in motion. You call the mic, I think, most of the time. But what you see is what you get. And The Bills saw that and attacked it heavy. Said in my other podcast how the announcers even said, what's going on here? This edge pressure's not getting picked up. Like I tell you, Daniela in the other podcast, I went over it. This starts with the staff. The very essence of the Dolphins offense is flawed. And you guys, again, saw it and took advantage of it. And this is the staff on both sides of the ball really getting the edge. So Edmonds was out a lot. He was still able to make those stops. Brissett's not the greatest quarterback in the world, but there were moments where we could get back in the game, and then you shut us down. And again, that defense that we saw in week 1 was pretty good. So you tie it all together. You got a defense that's going to get a little more rest with this run game that I believe you're going to continue and maybe even improve on. Allen's going to get a break. You're finding yourself in a good spot because it's not about being perfect. It's about building, correcting, growing, and peaking at the right time. I don't know if that's going to happen because I do believe the Patriots are a very dangerous team. At this stage, I'm going to have to I can't really seriously say the Dolphins are. But when you look at the Patriots, the way they're designed and how they're built up, I think they're going to be a dangerous team for the Bills. I do think the Bills can overcome them, but they're going to have to iron out some of their flaws. But the good news is you have an excellent staff. And I believe there's a real good chance for you guys to go forward. Now, coming up next is a very dangerous game for you. Washington football team has Montez Sweat and Chase Young. They're going to be able to play a very, very similar style defense as the Steelers. They're going to be able to rush with 4. And they might even be more dangerous than the Steelers with their 4-man rush. But this is where that run game that I've been really harping on is going to become more important. Because this is going to allow you guys, you already shown with Allen you can overcome the blitz. Now you got to beat the zone. And running the football, as you saw today, is a very potent thing. Especially against teams that want to just stop the pass and rush 4 or 3 men. So this Washington game is at least up by you guys. It'll be a home game, but do not sleep on this game. This is a dangerous team for you. Very dangerous team. They can put points on, and they got an excellent defense. So congratulations, Bills fans. I definitely am impressed, with the smarts and humility of the staff because everything flows from them. I'm not discounting my Phins yet either. There's good elements, and maybe they can scrap it together. They're in a dangerous position now, though. But you guys have shown a lot. Still not out of the woods. Going to be covering you every week. I'll do a Allen wrap-up again. I'll try to do some video on him. Give you a little more content before the weekend's preparation for a game coming up. But congratulations, really. The better team won, and as a Fin fan, I'm not happy. But as a football fan, you clearly deserved it. So congratulations. This is Curtis saying, please, like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate the comments. Answer just about every single one. If I miss it, if I don't answer, it's probably I probably miss it. You know what I mean? I really appreciate that. I learn. I care about all the teams. I care about all the fan bases. So I really appreciate your comments. And Analytic Boys in the back always telling me subscribes and likes. They keep us in business, and they're good for us. It's good for me. I want to give a shout out to Ace Per Head, the best sponsor in the world. this ain't happening without them, you know. I'd be like in a dungeon with my like cell phone or something, you know. It would be terrible. So they're the best sponsors in the world. And they want to let you know that with the world-class software, you can take advantage of the action that's going on with your friends, family, coworkers, anyone you know with their world-class software. And they are the best. The best company in the world in their business, and they're the best sponsors. So thank you. Congratulations, Bills fans. Get ready for a very big game coming up. Catch you next time, and be well.